Give out points.
I hate it too.
He won't give out points for good answers, loaded with information, and he gives out points for waving to the camera or something weird like that.
Last week we talked about how there's a lot of things going on around this, behind the scenes that you guys don't really see. You don't really realize it's a high school class doing it. So we put together a package, and we're going to go ahead and go with that.
Crossing the T's started 3 years ago when Tyler Baird and Tyler Moss, longtime friends and teammates, convinced the Wasatch High School broadcasting teacher to allow a group of ambitious sophomores to produce a sports talk show based on the very popular ESPN program, Pardon the Interruption.
Like Mr. October and me, 1 for 4.
Well, Michael Jordan's had bad games in postseason too, and he's considered to be the best player in the league.
His team still won when he had a bad game.
Listen to music through your headphones.
So we were wrong on light bulb.
Teachers aren't going to make us look like idiots because...
Why is that, Ty?
Because we have Brian here with us this week.
You know, you kind of mentioned they were going to do that. The Bengals could upset the
Georgia, 7 Tennessee. I don't like that.
Say something about all. Is the other one right?
overall defense. I take Tampa Bay's defense over Carolina.
How can you have the best defense when you lose every other week?
Maybe it's not defense. You got to have to score points a little bit,
Oh, yeah, their
too.
quarterback's terrible, too.
Yeah, he threw 2 interceptions last week.
Because Tyler and Tyler were always crossways with their own opinions, the show was named Crossing the T's. At the end of their junior year, Crossing the T's had a final wrap-up episode, and the members of the crew thought the show had come to an end. However, Comcast Cable approached all of the high schools in the state last summer to see if they were interested in broadcasting football and basketball games. Wasatch High became a part of this effort and broadcast a few of their ball games for Comcast.
2 receivers on the near side of the field, Pat Burns in the backfield, Tyler Baird under center. And Tyler Baird drops back, hands the ball off to Pat Burns. He breaks outside. Is brought down.
Brought down by number 4, Ren Richard.
Ren Richard.
The safety also playing quarterback for the Cougars tonight.
Gain of about 6 yards on the play.
But what they really wanted to do was to reactivate Crossing the T's and put it on the Comcast system. Comcast agreed to give them a shot and made the shows available on demand. After several episodes had been produced, Comcast moved Crossing the T's onto their Channel 3, where many of the high school ball games are broadcast. Currently, Crossing the T's is seen twice each day across the state of Utah, wherever Comcast is available.
All right, hello and welcome to Crossing the T's, boys and girls. A lot has happened, Tyler, since we've talked to him last. We had Christmas break.
The two Tylers have taken the lead in this show for 3 seasons, but there has been a great deal of work behind the scenes. Sam Mathews has been the executive producer since the beginning.
It's been a lot of fun. The two Tylers came up to me with the idea that they wanted to do a sports show and asked if I'd produce it for them. And I'm glad I took that opportunity. We've worked really hard. The first couple shows weren't as good. We keep getting better and better. And we've seen a really big jump this last year now that we do it for Comcast. And we've worked really hard and been a lot more professional. On our junior year, we went down and toured BYU's practice field, and I got to interview Gary Croton, John Beck, and Casey Bills. And you'd think, how can a bunch of high school kids put together a professional show? But actually, we work really well together, and we try hard. And a lot goes into putting the show together, but it's a lot of fun when it turns out great.
While it is easy to recognize Tyler and Tyler because of all their airtime, there are many other students involved in the broadcast who are not as well known. Will Pollock has directed the show since its inception. Ryan Chadwick is the technical director and creates many of the graphics used in the broadcast. Patrick Burns creates all of the graphics for the high school polls used in the first segment each week. Jake Heywood creates the head-to-head team graphics to highlight the game of the week. Beau Mair has taken the responsibility to produce our playoff brackets and predictions for our NFL segments. Jordan Lundskog created all of the music used during the broadcast. Trevor Lawton joins the team as an additional T on the T's view. Whitney Green and Allie Howard team up to prepare the big finish at the end of the show. Ryan Provost created the closing credits and makes a unique opening for each week of the show. Landon Reiss, always on the ball, is called the runner by the crew. He creates the role-play photos and solves many of the problems that crop up during our short production schedule. Crossing the T's has negotiated a contract with ESPN, which allows them to use the network's footage within their broadcast, and both the opening and the big finish take advantage of this each week with current video. Because this show is produced in a high school class, on short weeks, the students only have one class period, or 82 minutes, to prepare for the show. On long week, they have 2 periods to get ready.
Big secret that we want to let everyone know is just all the work that people do behind the scenes. Really, they make all this stuff happen. Our job, we just sit up there and try and look pretty, pretty. But really, they do most cool stuff behind the scenes.
Yeah, it's a lot like offensive linemen. I mean, they're the workhorse. They do all the work for us and allow us to go out there and, like you said, try to look good. They really do a lot, and we really appreciate what they do.
Yeah, they do some amazing stuff, actually. Just everything you see is homemade by all the students here, doing some cool work on the computers.
As you can see, these group of boys work very well together and have a lot of fun and have developed to be a great team over the years. Keep watching the show, and this is Jenna Vest with Crossing the T's.
All right, thank you, Jenna. We'll be right back.
A lot of smokers start out the same way, thinking they can stop after just one. But that one becomes 2, and those 2 become 4. Yesterday, you had 9 cigarettes. By noon today, you've already had 16. How many are you going to have tomorrow? 25? Maybe even 36. You just keep going. You just keep going. It's called addiction.
We now have some more new emails. We love the emails. We love the emails. All right, we got 4 new ones. This one's from Chloe, C-H-L-O-E. Chloe, I guess.
Chloe.
All right, fine. All right, it says that I'm not the kind of girl that has never been into sports, but she has watched our show and she has become involved, and just likes to thank us for the show. She's a junior at Jordan High School, so thanks for the email.
I thought it was Shoal at first high, so hey, nothing on you.
Nothing.
Okay, our next one. This is from Eric Neistel, and he says, "Love your show, but I have to agree with Tyler Moss." He has to agree with me, Ty. All right, that curling is indeed a sport. If you can call golf and figure skating a sport, then why not call curling a sport? Curling is one of the best sports in the Winter Olympics. I'm gonna have to agree with him. These curlers, Ty, can you take a broom and control the speed of a rock when you throw it? That's amazing.
You don't need a broom, you can just throw it.
No, they utilize those brooms and they use those like crazy.
Thank you, Eric.
Respect those
Thank you,
curlers.
Eric.
Man, those
Thank you,
guys are
Eric.
Incredible athletes.
All right, this one is from Bob, the guy old enough to be your grandfather. He just wanted us to know that we have an older audience. It's not just teenagers that watch our show. He loves it, and just had to ask a question: did Tyler Moss have a different shirt? Because I guess he seems to always wear the same shirt. I didn't notice
that's
it.
Why I'm wearing.
But that's why he has a new shirt.
I have 3 different shirts I cycle through. All right, I rotate. I got a different one though, just for Bob.
Thanks,
All
Bob.
right, our last question. This one's from Colton Weeks, and he says, "Hey, I really like to see teenagers talking about sports. I saw you this Friday for the first time. Your show is awesome." And he says he wants to know how Reggie Bush is going to do in the NFL and how we feel about that. Ty?
Wish we had more time, but yeah, I think Reggie Bush is going to be able to do a good job. You don't think so?
Eventually, I think he will. It's going to take some time, though. He's not going to be a breakout player just right after this year.
He will. We got our big finish now, so take that.
All right, shalom, and welcome back, Ty.
Shalom. It's not.
All right, we just want to say thanks for watching our show. Hope you got something out of it, seeing the history. Thanks for watching.
Tune in next week for our Super Bowl predictions.